Hey, happy Monday. Welcome to the REKAP Lunch Hour. Brought to you by Hooters with Guff. Ryan McGuffey here, not in a different palatial, not at the REKAP studios. That's all brought to you by our friends at Hooters. Go to one of the 11 Chicago area land locations nearest you, originalhooters.com. Guess what? Friday night, me and my daughter did the order.hooters.com. I told you, that's what we do. Guess what my daughter got? The tender tacos. I went with some wings. I went with the Mango Habanero. I tell you guys, everything I do, I'm telling you, it's true. We do it. Took part in the order.hooters.com on Friday. Down here outside of the Guff, outstanding. I can't show you my view right now is better than what you see behind me, even though behind me is not bad because it's so bright outside. It's all going to be washed out, including me. Plenty to discuss. I see the chat's full. First off, we want to talk about, we got the Cubs, right? There's like layers to the Cubs right now. There's layers. They can't score all of a sudden. This offense is having issues. They are scoring about 3.5 runs a game in the month of June, which is incredible for a team that's been so good. They do take 3 out of 4 against the Pirates, which I said on Friday was a mandate. I don't like saying like you must do this, but as a baseball team that has World Series aspirations, and I know my guy Godfather may think otherwise, you had to take 3 out of 4 from the Pirates. You did so by barely scoring. That tells you how your pitching's been carrying you. They can't keep doing that going forward. And when you got teams out there like the Red Sox making an absolute stunner, they sweep the Yankees. They win 5 in a row. They get to 500. And we know about the Rafael Devers situation all year long in Boston and what it's been like. They trade him out west in a 5-player stunner. They get some pitching prospect, well, not even prospect, a young pitching back and a position player. Absolutely stunner. And it's the superstar the Giants have been wanting and needing. They are in the playoffs as we speak right now. And the question is, do they kickstart what could be a wild Major League Baseball trade deadline, or is this just a one-off? And should the Cubs consider doing something like this? Should the Cubs consider finding a guy out there you might not think is available, even though we know Devers had some issues because he refused to move after guys got injured? He was never happy about the Alex Bregman signing. What do you do? Let's get to the chat because we got plenty here. Eric, always first in line. Guff, nice weekend series by the Cubs. Need to score more runs. Can't win games if you're only scoring 3 runs a game. Huge upcoming series against the Brewers. Need to take 2 out of 3. Here's the beauty for the Cubs. I still believe, and I think Mark Grody said this morning on The Score, I don't think this is I think the Cubs are going to win this division going away. Even when the Cubs have just been kind of treading water right now, they're 16 games over 500. They're the second best team in the National League and the third best team in all of baseball. And they can't score. So that's what I'm saying is even when they're struggling, every team would line up for that. The Brewers, 5.5 back of the Cubs. The Reds, 7 back. The Cardinals, 7 back. I think that's going to continue. Huge NBA Finals game tonight. A lot of interest in this house. I'm with family, a lot from Indianapolis, so there's an Indiana Pacers crowd. Indiana Pacers contingent. Might be tipping my bet of the day. That's fine. Definitely a lot of money lines going to be expected, be betted, especially Lip Ripper, the money line man. Waiting for Godfather usual, say still under the luxury tap, cheap rickets. Well, let me jump down here because there he is, the Godfather. Nice to see an owner that wants to win. We'll go the extra mile. Not the owner of the Cubs. Ricketts spend money, go the extra mile. I love Godfather. I jumped down because I knew I already had seen you in the chat. We know where Becky's at tonight. Big Go Thunder fan. Becky, this is a critical game. It's probably more so, I think, for Indiana than Oklahoma City. Even though Oklahoma City's at home, I think this is a big game for Indiana. I think Indiana needs to win, have a shot to win the series. Ohtani's going to pitch for the first time in 2 years tonight. That's a surprise. It sounds like Ohtani's pushing that narrative, not the Dodgers. It'll be fun. When Ohtani's going 2 ways, man, it's absolutely fantastic. Good afternoon to the real Phil Sims. Phil, by the way, appreciated your tweet yesterday. Happy Father's Day. I hope you guys all enjoyed your Father's Day out there, whether you are a father, you were with your father. or you're mourning the loss of your father. And I can say that because I'm on both sides of it. I enjoyed a great day with my family, and I also felt the presence of others throughout the day, no doubt. Winning 3 out of 4 against the Pirates shouldn't be a surprise. It's what good teams do now. It's time to take 5 out of 6 the rest of the homestand. That's not messing around. To go 5-1, I think to go 5-1 though, and you got Milwaukee and Seattle, and those are 2 really good baseball teams. So you're saying you got to sweep one of those series? I mean, they're in the wild card in the American League right now. Explain how a person who's pretty new to management, Buster Posey, can make a blockbuster deal on June 15th while a more experienced person still hasn't made a move. Couple of things here. It sounds like there are 4 teams that were serious about Rafael Devers, okay? I think the Cubs easily could have been in on a player like Rafael Devers. Think about what he could have done for the future of the Chicago Cubs. Buster Posey is not an inexperienced player. He might be inexperienced to his role, but the guy knows the game and who to talk to. To me, tomato, tomato here. Tomato, tomato. They felt like the Giants have had a problem getting superstars. This was their way to do it. Will Venable got ejected. Yep. First inning. He had seen enough. Very frustrating weekend for the White Sox. It's the first time I've actually felt like, yeah, that's a disappointing weekend. I don't think they should have been swept by the Texas Rangers. They played well against Houston. They went into Texas and just completely fell flat, did nothing offensively. I know Texas is the best starting pitching in baseball from a rotation standpoint. They're not a good team, and I don't think the White Sox should have been swept, but they can't hit. Bad loss by the Edmonton Oilers. Panthers beat the brakes off them. Jesus will definitely need the Holy Ghost tomorrow night, I think the Panthers, I've always said the Panthers in 6. Phil, I think the Panthers win tomorrow. Remember, Florida is the best road team in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs, this Florida Panthers team. Indiana blew game 4 Friday night. There's no doubt about that. I think you're saying that was their game. Oh, that was their game to win. See Oklahoma City winning tonight. Pacers winning game 6. Can't wait for game 7. Yeah, I think we were both hoping for both the Stanley Cup and the NBA Finals to go 7. We'll see. Porter Hodge, Shota, and Managa inching closer, but they're not near that. There's the Godfather's comment from earlier. I think Shota comes back. Send Brown down to AAA to work on some things. I would put Brown in the bullpen, personally. But I don't think Brown is AAA material right now. His stuff is good. It's more about control. Hi, Jess. In my opinion, San Francisco has started the trade summer season. Ricketts has saved up during the spring. Time to start shopping Ricketts. And you know what? That's what Cap said yesterday on the recap of the Cubs game. He brought the debit card out and said, hey, Tom, it's time now. You have the World Series right in front of you. There's no lock. There's no team right now that you feel like far and away that team's winning the World Series. Now, you can't say that about anyone. And if you do, I don't buy it. Wayne, only if the White Sox could hit. Starting pitching has definitely been fantastic. Good win by the Sky. Happy Father's Day, Ryan McGuffey. I'm at work. I appreciate you, Clyde. I do, buddy. Trying to see if we can actually not ignore him this week. Coming to you from the vacay. I told you I'm coming to you no matter what, you guys. Happy Monday, Kyle. Big win for the Chicago Hounds to advance to the conference finals against 2-time defending champion New England. Let's go Hounds on Saturday. Advance to the title game. Kyle, always with the good off the beaten path sports. I love it. You look like you're in aviator weather. That's a fact. I just took the aviators off, Pablo. Came down from the beach to do the show. Unfortunately, won't be wearing the aviators on the show today because we had a rough week last week when it came to bet of the day. It's been off to a rough start here in June, but we stay on the horse. Now we're getting to the point where it's like, is it fade Guff or follow Guff? I'll let you make that call. Hi, Eli. Did you see the article that the Bulls might be part of the Kevin Durant trade with Nikola Vucevic and Lonzo Ball with the Spurs? I did. I'm like, let's just wait and see what happens. I don't want to react to anything the Bulls aren't doing until that actually is done. They're infuriating, actually, to figure out. Terry, in 162 games, a team's offense is going to slump for a period of time. Don't panic. You're up 5.5. I could not agree more with what Terry is saying. Godfather, a team that's in the same division as the Dodgers, spends $300 million trying to win. Not Ricketts. How long you fans put up with this cheap garbage? Godfather, I know you're upset, dude, but you got a 5.5 game lead in the division. Now, it's not about just saying, well, I'll win the division. You got to keep up with the Joneses, but you don't have to sit there and make a move just because the Giants did either. I'm telling you, I would stay all over the Atlanta Braves. If the Cubs got Chris Sale, this team's completely different. 68 days until college football's back. Lip, I love you, man. That is where my heart is, too. I was just talking college football with my brother-in-law out in the water. Now, we were talking bad college football. A lot of Purdue love in this house. They're bad. We were addressing that. UNLV, a place where Lip Ripper loves. We'll take the coach from UNLV, insert him at Purdue. We'll see what happens. Desmond Bane was traded. That trade makes no sense to me unless the Orlando Magic think they're winning the East next year. Holy crap. 4 unprotected first-round picks? Can we get a Bulls player? Like, is Kobe White? Does someone value Kobe White in a way where you can get 2 unprotected first-round picks? Because if you can, bye-bye. Gone. Kyle, Angel Reese, youngest player ever to record a triple-double, by the way. So congrats to Angel. She'd be getting a lot of crap this year, as we know, both on this program and others. Haley Van Lith against Connecticut yesterday. Good win for the Sky. Haley needs to step up with Courtney out for the season. Clyde says the Thunder win tonight. Look at Breck Bear. Hope everyone had a great Father's Day. The Rocks, after the worst 70-game start since 1899, pulled out 2 this past weekend. And this is what brothers do. Brothers look out for brothers, saying to make sure I put some sunscreen on that delicate skin. Hey, Breck, if you're available, I need my back done. Okay? So if you want to figure that out, I'm available for you, my man. Come on down. With the Cubs farm system, Hoyer still gets players off the scrap heap. $35 for a hot dog and a beer. Hey, I understand. Like, you can point the finger at Jed all you want. Like, Jed did construct the roster. He still is being, like, his allowances are coming from the owner, which that's why the owner needs to step up at this particular time and say, look, I'm looking at the standings. I'm looking at the American League. I'm looking at the National League, and you can't make an argument. You really can't make an argument, in my opinion, that the Cubs can't win the World Series. This is assuming they go out and address the flaws in their roster. You get a starting pitcher, you get another bullpen dude. I think that a bench bat is showing itself at this point. You know, is like a Mike Hawkman good enough, or do you want to think bigger for your bench? Hope to see Pat Boyle this week for some Hawks insight. In my opinion, you draft Martone if you want to upgrade the wing position. If you want another young center, take either Anton or Caleb. Less than 2 weeks, and we'll see what Davidson has up his sleeve. PB, I'm going to tell him. Boyle, I'm texting Boyle. I saw a text from him this morning and a chain I'm in, so it means he's back. Left-hand run-driving third baseman. Could have been a Chicago Cub, but Cubs, man. The Cubs had the prospect capital to land Rafael Devers. There's 2 things that needed to happen. That you were comfortable making a trade, letting go of huge talent, and that you're comfortable taking on 300. Well, technically, you're not taking on 300. You're taking on about $250 million in salary, okay? You should be comfortable with that. Even if you want to sign Kyle Tucker, you can do both. That's where I agree with Godfather. Don't let one contract get in the way of signing somebody else. Wayne agreed. The Panthers put it away tomorrow, then wait for the draft. Let's go Hawks. Godfather, Ricketts can't wait for tomorrow night. Full house and concessions and parking, all as well. Rudy, what's up with SGA elbow push-off? It's wild that the referees haven't called it. Dude, how about that jump shot from the corner on Game 4 on Friday night where he literally goes up for a jump shot floater and then does one of these? By the way, got the merch on. Does one of these. They call the foul. The Pacers didn't have any challenges left. That's where, like, I think New York should buzz him and be like, yo, you got to look at that. Inexcusable. Can't do it. I agree, Rudy. My son despises SGA. Because of the push-offs and the free throws. I get it. Left-hand run driving third base. Oh, yeah, Clyde. I know. You're not being ignored. Young, Cubs should trade for a number one starter and reliever. Nice pad. Absolutely. Big series against Milwaukee. Starts tomorrow night. Let's say 2 or 3. A sweep would be a plus. Guys, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. That's all you got to think. Enjoy your vacation. Don't forget the sunblock. That's 2 people now. Wayne, you can get in line with Breck Bear so you can get my back. Why is Justin Turner still on the team? We've been talking about this for a long time. Last week I brought up, is Justin Turner more valuable than you guys think? I think the answer is yes. I do. I think the answer is yes. Look at how the team responded last week. Oh, I told you at the start of the show that I went to Hooters on Friday with my daughter. Her recommendation, by the way. Clyde, for somebody who worries about taking young kids, my daughter said, Dad, I love the tender tacos. And I said, you know what? They're $9.99. I know that. Let's order the tender tacos. We're at the softball game. Order.hooters.com. Bam, bam. ASAP. Throw an order in for Hooters wings. Mango habanero for me, the sweet heat. The tender tacos for her. We got an order of shrimp tacos. You guys know what we did, right? We got the cinnamon pretzel bites, of course. Just as a throw-in. You have to. OriginalHooters.com. Find one of the 11 Chicago area locations near you. June 25th, folks, we're going to Hooters O'Hare. It'll be a watch party. We're going to stream for about 30 minutes. We're going to mingle, meet and greet with you guys. We're going to watch the NBA draft to figure out who the Bulls pick. Go to Hooters, not just June 25th, but go to Hooters anytime you're looking for maybe a Big Daddy mug. Summertime here. Beautiful day in Chicago, I see. The Kona Big Wave, the Mango Cart, the Sam Adams Summer Ale, the Michelob Ultra when you're looking out for that beach figure. It's all there in the Big Daddy mug. Order.hooters.com if you want to pick it up like my daughter and I did to go on Friday night. Let's see here. What do we got here? Pablo, it's not lost on me. You're doing this while on vacation. Hand clap for this man's commitment. Thank you, Guff. 100%, Pablo. You don't have to thank me, brother. Here for you. You guys are here for this show, and we're here for you. It's a two-way street, my friend. If we weren't getting the views and the fans, we wouldn't be sitting here. Angel, we had a trade idea about trading Shane Smith to Detroit. What are your thoughts on that? What am I getting? What am I getting? I think you're likely at this point to see Adrian Hauser and probably Aaron Savale flipped for lottery tickets. At some point, guys, you got to start building here. AK actually general managed, and do you work? Are you asking me if I work? I don't know. Cap spoke the truth. Start spending money, Tommy Pennies. Welcome to sunny Florida, Guff. Also, Coastal Carolina. Play great baseball. Lip, just west of Florida, on a little island. Give you that little secret there, right there, my friend. Young, Kyle Tucker has been really cold. Trade. Oh, my God. You guys, are you serious about wanting to trade Kyle Tucker? Is that insane to me? And the answer is absolutely. I'm going to look him up, Young. I understand he's a 3-WAR player right now, and you want to trade him. He's a 389 on-base percentage, a 157 OPS plus, even when he's struggling. He's hitting 244 in June with a 795 OPS. Is he struggling? Yes, he is. Are you wanting to trade him? You're out of your damn mind. Eli, like he's going to do that because he doesn't like the general manager, isn't like doing any work. I think you're mad at AK from what I'm reading. Thank you for always acknowledging me on your platforms. Thank you for the show. Respect. Appreciate it. Bizarro. Chelsea and LAFC at 2. Jimmy, our first winner of the NASCAR street race tickets. That's coming up here soon. As a Hoosier alum, says Alan, it's unreal to think I'm excited about college football. Signetti is the real deal. Sorry about your Boilermakers. First off, hang on. I loved everything about what IU did last year. I've been telling my brother-in-laws, my nephews, etc. I got a whole boatload of family that go to Purdue or went to Purdue. I said they need to hire a Kurt Signetti type guy, a guy who's abrasive, who owns where they're at and says, damn it, I don't care, and I don't care about you. We're going one way, and it's this way. That's what Purdue needs. Totally agree with you, Alan. Purdue wins or loses. It only affects how being with the family. It doesn't really hurt me. I believe black and gold, but I went to DePaul. Turner's been clutch when used, says Kevin. I agree. Always got your back. So that's why I asked, Breck. You know, when you're looking out for each other, yes, sometimes it's nice just to ask rather than assume. Yeah, Devers, we've been talking about that. Cubs need a starter ASAP. Jess, was the offense just slumping or were the Pirates actually good showing defense this weekend? I mean, they were slumping. They had 6 hits yesterday. They had another game. They had 4 hits. 2 happened to go out of the ballpark. I'd say that's a slump. Ira, Imanaga, Tyone, Boyd, starting pitcher acquisition in no particular could be a World Series contending team in a best of 5 and best of 7. I don't agree with that 3 right there, Ira. If I gave you Chris Sale and I moved that's 3 lefties, by the way, Sale, Imanaga, Boyd, but maybe you go Sale, Tyone, Imanaga, that's a different story. 100%. Kenny Williams should replace Hoyer. My ass on that one. No shot. The ego's too big. Odom was a great coach at UNLV. I think you're going to like him, but first year's going to be tough as Purdue is. I don't even think they're pretty average. We were just talking about this, Lip. They're horrible. Their talent is horrible. All right. Let's we got all kinds man, oh man, you guys, you got a boatload of comments here. I love it. We should bring Cap as a special guest on FaceTime. Where are you on vacation? I can't give all of my secrets, Young. We're at a hidden gem. I don't want you showing up on my doorstep over here. We don't have room for you. Although if the Recap fam came out on vacation together, we did like a recap cruise. Oh God. By the way, speaking of merch, and look at Pablo, if there aren't recap tank tops on the way after you return from your trip, I'm going to be bummed. I got a date with the Caribbean and I want to wear one. All right, so here's the Bears color in the same take that. I got to show you what my wife did on Father's Day for me. Jess, you're going to freak out. I hope you're still on because this was part of my Father's Day gift. We literally just talked about this. Look at this. She had a cooler lunchbox with a water bottle made. Look at that combo. And I know it's going to follow. I know exactly what's going to follow here. It's going to be like, what the hell? When and where do I get that? Dude, I've been using this. Look at that combo. Tell me I don't have a winner. Look at that, folks. What a flippin' wife. Look at that combo. The lunch hour, we got the whole 9 yards there. Already been drinking. Give us a tour of the pad. First of all, Young, I'm on vacation. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay. Here comes Lip Rippers bets. Chelsea versus LAFC. Total corners. Over 5.5. Look at that juice. Plus 575. Wow. Jess, word on the Pittsburgh streets is that Haney might be traded to the Cubs. Not a huge fan of that. Another veteran move. Dan, he's not happy. I know he's a Sox fan. Kathleen Fancher. Let me tell you about this woman. Hey, Guff, love the merch. Maybe do some giveaways for advertising. You know who Kathleen Fancher is giving us ideas for that's my mom. Mom, you're the best. I love it. My mom not only is watching live, but I think she figured out how to comment live, and then I read it live. She just checked 3 boxes in one post. Good job, Mom. And look at you calling me Guff. That's probably the first time my mom's ever called me Guff. Love the merch. I know it. Mom, you know a guy. I'll put it that way. You know how we've talked about that. You got to know a guy. Everyone wants to know where I'm at. I'll be here all week, so maybe I will unveil that as the week goes along. Can you explain to me why the White Sox play completely different on the road versus the road's a different story, but gosh almighty, 7-31. Is that what they are? Hang on. 7-31 on the road. At home, they're 16-18. They're not bad at home at all. 7-31 on the road, though. Absolutely awful. All right. Hang on. I want to before we get to the bet of the day, look at all the people chiming in. Look at Jess. I told you, Jess, I knew what a gift, right? I was like, here we go. What's good, OD? I need a recap. If we need a recap cruise, I'm going to need a second secret betting account, no doubt. Rich, good pitching always beats good hitting. Cubs will beat up on the average of mediocre pitching. They still need more bats for a playoff run. Awesome gift from Mrs. Guff. Pablo, wife of the century. I don't disagree with any of this stuff. Kyle, Candace McGuffey is awesome. What an amazing gift. She's going to love these comments, you guys. Sorry, I meant the under. Oh, boy. Lip Ripper's now flipping the bet. He messed it up. There's the under for those. Definitely need that on the recap store. I said the same thing. I'm like, holy crap. You have just opened up Pandora. You've just literally, this thing's the dam's going to break. Lip, I took the over 6.5. Look at you guys talking about corner kicks. KO, totally agree with Florida Panthers winning the cup. You knocked it out of the park with C. It is amazing she wants to do. You know, there's one thing that Breck Bear and I got right. We married up. Totally agree. Breck, it is amazing. Currently not in the home, down on the beach, because the idea of her coming here, she's like, yeah, see ya, have fun. Why did this? Oh, yeah, Sam, we just answered that. Hi, Mom, we stinks, says Godfather. That's pretty good. Guff, are you willing to play Kyle Tucker 10 for 650? At some point, you need to step up. I don't think Kyle Tucker's getting 10 for 650. I don't. Hey, Breck Bear, Colorado Rockies going to the World Series. Just kidding. At least they're winning games, even though the record is god-awful. Enjoy the Rocky Mountains. Appreciate you, Tommy. By the way, I don't think the Cubs have chance of allergy, any noise. They're going to come on. You need starting. They're going to make a big trade. I really feel like it. Who's realistic for Jed to trade for a starting pitcher and reliever? Please don't let it be Chris Sale. He's due for an injury. When the last time Chris Sale's been injured was like 3-4 years ago. Stop being afraid of guys like taking on guys that are injured. Your own guys. You have Justin Steele and Sho Imanaga. How'd that work out? Kurt. People who, hey, this is the old betting analogy here. Scared money's lost money. You're scared to make a trade, watch everyone else win, and you guys will be packing up your shit and headed home in October. I think it's insane, KO, unless Orlando wins the East. That's what I think. 4 unprotected first rounds. You can only be really, really good in the majority of our programs. That's one. That's why Breck Bear comes here every day, because we replaced the Rockies. We're really good. We're really good. We have not been as good right here. We have not been as good in the bet of the day market. June has not treated us well. So vacation has. And let's go to the bet of the day, because these two teams match up really, really well. I know Oklahoma City has played really well at home. They're 8-3 against the spread at home. But I like Indiana as an underdog in this series. Not just this postseason. They've created a new trend. Halliburton's created his own moniker. The Pacers are getting 9.5 tonight in a game that I don't like. When the home team is that much better off, or there's a matchup advantage one way or the other, I would ride the home team all day. The Pacers flat out gave game 4 away. You're giving me almost 10 points here? I don't see it, man. Like, they're 9-4 against the spread as an underdog, the Pacers. If this was like 6.5, I'd probably run to Oklahoma City. But you're telling me this game's within 10? I'll be watching tonight. There's a couple of props that stood out to me here. But this, I kept coming back to this, like 9.5 in the NBA Finals. We got to get the trend flipped back around. June's not been kind. We're 3-8. We lost 9 games total in the month of May. 9. We got to flip the script here and get back on the horse. Don't think, just throw. 100%. Finals is going to be a dogfight. I agree, KO. It's going to be close, which is why you're giving me almost 10 points in this game. Give it to me. 9.5, I think. I feel like, and I'll eat my words tomorrow if the Thunder come out, dominate from the first onset like they did in game 2 and go run away and hide. It just doesn't. This feels like a lazy line to me. Ooh, Lip says a rat line. I don't get it. Bubs, who's your dark horse for the Bear? Oh, wait. I don't understand the question, Bubs. Are you looking for like players to step up? Coming out of left field with that one, I don't know. But let's ride. I understand what you're saying, Lip. You're saying it feels like they are begging us to bet the Pacers, which is what they want the public to do. But let's ride. 9.5. Now, it could also go the way it did in game 4. Pacers. Oklahoma City pulls away in the 4th. But we'll see. We'll see. 9.5. I'm gonna give the Pacers one last shot here. They've been really good against this number as an underdog, and I'm gonna take it. Don't take the bait, fellas. They'll win, but it'll be south of 10. Are you thinking? Wait, Swayze, do you mean you think do you think the game's going to be closer? South would be tighter, right? North of 10 would be a much bigger spread. Oh, anyway, that's the bet of the day, guys. I'm taking the Pacers. We're going to be watching it here at the house. A lot of people in here. I'm not doing it because the family wants me to, by the way. I don't care. He's got Oklahoma City blowing them out. Swayze says closer. Yeah. Well, this is how we're riding, guys. Tyler Scott would not be a shock to me, Bubs. I think I've seen what I need. Let me get back to you on that as the show wraps up here. Really good stuff. Fun to be with you guys. Good comments throughout the board. No baseball today. Just NBA Finals. Both the Cubs and Sox get a breather. Maybe that's a good thing. Get them back on track tomorrow when the Cubs bring the Brewers to the White Sox are at home. You guys are going to be White Sox fans this week because they got the Cardinals, right? The White Sox are in a weird spot. They get 3-game homestand Cardinals, then they hit the road for 3 games before coming back. It's a weird 3-game homestand. It's Ben. Here, I'm going to go enjoy vacation, Jess. I appreciate that. Go Cubs. Let's bury the crew tomorrow. It's been the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey. I appreciate you guys. I'll be with you all week here. Guess what we did not do? We forgot to do one thing, and we didn't forget because I want you guys to pay attention to our social media channels today because Katie is giving away NASCAR street race tickets. It's the only street race in the NASCAR circuit, July 5th and 6th at Grant Park in Chicago. The Zach Brown Band playing on July 5th. We have pairs of grounds passes to give away. We gave away 2 pair last week. We're giving them away all month here on the Recap. These passes get you into the Xfinity race on Saturday, the NASCAR Cup race on Sunday, the Zach Brown Band concert on Saturday. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and make sure you're following us on our socials because Katie's giving away a pair of tickets today on our social channels. Look for her there, and you will have a shot to win NASCAR street race tickets. Go to NASCARchicago.com for more details. Folks, these are no joke. They're like $400 a pair to go to this street race. It's an awesome, awesome event, one of the coolest events in the city all summer. To wrap things up for everybody at the Recap, I'm Ryan McGuffey. It's been the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff. It's all brought to you by our fine folks at Hooters. Go to originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. Order at hooters.com to take out your order to go. I'm going back to the beach. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bring it back to